Hello, everybody. Whether you knit or crochet, I think you're going to enjoy today's episode. We have a 30-something brand new crocheter with us, just as we had promised, and she's going to share her journey into crochet. She's going to review some tools and talk about Woobles, and of course, her take on yarn. So grab something to drink and your favorite project and yarn over with us.
And I said, you have just made my day. Well, hello there. We are so glad that you are back with us with yarn and needles in hands, and we are, well, you're in for a great episode today. Got a lot of great things to share with you, so sit back and enjoy. Oh, and I'm Susie, and I live in Huntsville, Alabama. I forget to do that.
And my name is Linda, and I live in the Charlotte area, and we like to think of this as group therapy. So just grab your project, as we said, and we're just going to have a little chat with you. We want to remind you to subscribe and also go to our website and fill out the email form if you want to be in the know of what's going on in the yarn circle. And especially if you were interested in participating in our Zoom. We will notify people when we get that all together, and you can choose if you want to be on the Zoom, or we call it the yarn. I don't even remember what I called it, the yarn get-togethers or whatever. But for now, they're going to be on Zoom. So if you want to be notified about how to participate in that, make sure to click that box. So today we have Sarah with us, and as we had talked and as we talked about last time, Sarah went to the Southern Comforts Fiber Festival. Is that what it was called?
I think so.
I think so, together. And that was her first yarn event. So before we kind of get into talking to Sarah, we're going to show a few more clips of Sarah and her immersion into the art of yarn.
I want this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's so pretty.
That was the first one I was
And
drawing.
so it begins.
How could you not be? Oh, man.
And look, all the little bags are just easy peasy. Got them all coordinated together.
Oh, so pretty. Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's cool. Look at this. I'm going to scoot this way and swap with you. No, you're fine. I'm working my way out.
Yep, okay. And then do you use the canvas bag as your liner? Is that what it's supposed
I
to
don't
be?
know. I don't know what it is. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so we're in the very beginning
At the very
of
beginning.
the show.
And it's DK. I need some DK.
I love that and that and that and that and that.
Works of art. Okay, we are with Bo at Swan City Yarns from Lakeland, Florida, correct? And he's got the most unique hat. So let's see it in its original, like its hatness.
Yeah, it's the Musselburgh hat, like Edinburgh, but Musselburgh, by Yolanda Teague.
I love
and
it.
so you got a hat,
Got a hat.
but the person who can knit will knit it in a tube, and that way I can wear it however I want. The dark green. Right?
You are too cool for
I
school.
know.
Or
Green.
the brighter green.
So you could literally like switch off and do two different colors.
Or you could flip it up and make a brim with a contrasting color. Yeah. And make it a smaller hat. Not slouchy enough for me though, so I'm not going to do that. Right?
I love it.
And that's it.
I love it. That is so fun. I love your yarn, and you can find their yarn at swancityyarns.com. Yes, good guess on my part.
And I don't have anything to do with the yarn. I just lug it around.
You just lug it
Carolyn
around.
dyes it. Comes up with all the colors. Yep.
That is beautiful. Love it. Thank you for showcasing that.
Go for it.
Wait, am I talking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not taking a picture. Okay.
This is your first. She's a yarn virgin. This is her very first yarn.
Okay. I would like to buy these, please.
Okay,
sir.
yes, ma'am.
He's assured me that they'll look great.
This is her very first.
And I'm gonna make that cool.
And what is that yarn made out of?
I don't know.
What is it? It is. What is the yarn? What is the yarn?
So it is Stargazer, which, if you didn't know, Stargazer is a rainbow song when Ronnie James Dio sang for Rainbow, but Carolyn didn't know that when she named it. And then Santa's Acid Trip.
Oh, it's merino. Yeah, perfect.
That's perfect for
Yeah, it's merino and DK. There you go.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay. Okay. Yes. Cute. Look how cute she is. Little hair. I might have to get her. She's really cute. But then if I knit crochet, another thing for my daughter, without crocheting something for my son, I might be in trouble. So then I'll have to.
And then there's that blanket that your husband wants.
Oh. He's gonna be waiting on that. But Michael's buying yarn. It's okay, no judgment. Feeling a little judged. Anyway, and the lady checking me out had these earrings, and they were just a granny square. Like these? And I was like, well, that's cool. Yes, they were a little bigger, actually.
Yep.
I like these better. But and they were like soft and kind of floppy. And I thought I would have never thought to put a granny square on an earring, but now I've thought to do it. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, I would probably want to do, like, hers were kind of bulky, but I like the way that is.
Yeah.
What is that made out of?
It's yarn.
It's just so stiff.
And it's, well, she stiffened it. The girl that makes these for me. Yeah. She uses like a starch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
And
that's
then there's
cool.
these.
Yes, and I thought, you could also do round ones.
Yes.
Oh man, this is gonna be
Do
my
you
new
crochet
thing.
or do you
I
knit?
crochet.
Her first. It is so pretty.
It's just fun. I
You
mean,
know.
why not? Why not make it sparkly? Like, you have to wear a beanie.
Life needs more twinkles.
It needs sparkles and also a pom pom. I'm pro pom pom on my hat.
Love
I know
it.
it adds a little weight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful hat. Love
So Sarah, we are in your old room. I turned her room into a craft studio. What do you think?
Yeah, looks good. I mean, it's definitely a craft studio and not my room anymore.
I know. Well, your kids love it. They just think this is just like the most creative.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's like a magic toy shop. You know, I mean, there's a lot of tools here to create things, and there's stickers and stamps and sprays and yarns and.
Well, the whole upstairs in general is really an attic. It is full of a lot of stuff, and her almost 5-year-old said, "This is the coolest place ever." It's just all that stuff. So if you remember going in your grandma's attic or basement, yeah, you probably thought that was pretty cool too. So before we get going into the questions, one of the videos that we showed was about the hat. So tell us about the hat.
The reversible hat.
Yes,
The beanie.
Yes.
Well, how did this start? This guy showed me this beanie, and I maybe I told him that's what I wanted to crochet. I don't know. But he pulls this beanie, and I wish that you had recorded my honest reaction to him, because I mean, I was like, it was just so cool. I mean, he just like flipped it inside out, and he was modeling it, and I said, "You got a video of him, right, talking about it?"
Oh yeah, I showed it in the clip. Yes.
Well, I told him, I said, I want to get
Swan
a video
City.
of you modeling the hat. And he was like, me? I'm an old guy. And I was like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, you're a cool old guy. Like, you've got the bald head, the tattoos. And he's like, well, everybody my age has tattoos. I'm like, no, they don't. You're cool. And I said, and anyways, if anything, you'll like, I don't know, trick the algorithm, and people who are watching tattoo videos are going to suddenly have yarn videos show up on their feed. It'll be great. So anyway, so he modeled this hat. It was really cool. And I don't know, it like he pulled it apart, you know, and I'm like, this is sorcery. What is this? It was just, that was probably like one of the better things I saw, other than that guy wearing that maroon cardigan. And I felt kind of bad because I asked him if he made it, which I realized was probably a dumb question, but okay, hear me out.
Well, his wife or his friend or somebody
right.
could have made
but
it.
also like it looked too good almost. No offense, but it was like I kind of just couldn't believe. I'm like, wait, you can make this? I don't know. It just looked really good. I mean, there weren't any stray threads or anything.
Linda, I really think that the beanie that y'all are talking about, or the hat you're talking about, the pattern is the muscle burra, and that is a very popular.
Right. He even told
hat.
us how to say it, and honestly,
muscle burra.
I have never seen it. I don't pay attention to hats a lot. I hate to say it because I don't wear them. I look horrible in them. I look like a pea head. So I don't pay attention to them.
But that is a very, very popular hat. People make this about like the ranunculus. They make 10, 12 of them, you know. They just, it's like they have a muscle burra to wear every week of the year.
Well, tragically, I could not find any type of crochet comparison. So I'm going to have to either figure out how to knit it or just do something different, which is fine because I bought the yarn already.
She'll learn to knit.
I mean, I remember how to knit. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's a whole other subject.
Should I show the yarn that I bought?
No, we have an agenda.
We have notes. We have notes.
Oh my goodness. But, you know, when we talk about yarn and needles, we kind of generically lump needles as a tool to make something out of yarn. We are never not including crochet hooks. So yarn, needles, hooks, the tools that you use to make your yarny things, because we all crochet. In fact, most of us learned to crochet before we even learned to knit.
I was probably about 7 or 8 years old.
Oh,
yeah. And I learned how to knit about 9. Yeah.
Wow,
so
really? Okay.
And I learned crochet before knit. So yeah, the crochet hook was just a lot easier for me to hold in my hand at 7 and 8 years old, and to pull that fiber, you know. So
yeah,
and I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Now that you've discovered the world of yarn and beautiful yarn, what is your greatest surprise? You know, what surprised you the most about the world of yarn?
The amount of different weights and I guess just the fact that people made their own. Like, that's pretty amazing to me, because that's not something I would really ever set out to do. Because
you buy your yarn at the big box stores, basically. Sure. Gotcha. Sure. So, yeah, indie and self dyers.
1 second. I'm sorry. Kiefer's going to Sam's Club, and every time he goes, I have to send him a verification code because it goes to my phone. And he tried to fix it before he left to make sure he didn't need that code, but okay. Let me make sure.
Now, Susie, you ask her the next
big
question.
Box stores, let me make sure my husband can get in the Sam's Club, lest my children attack him over not having pizza. So I'm going to promise the Sam's Club pizza. It's the only way you train them to go, right? Like, everyone's like, how do I go shopping with my kids? I'm like, well, it's easy. You just like give
bribe
them
them with
Pavlovian
pizza.
response to pizza. Yeah. Okay. I sent it to him, so if he needs anything else, I'll just tap your leg and you can pause. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sarah, what inspired you to pick up crochet, and what did you start with, and how did you learn? So that's 2 questions.
Okay. So I'll start from the very beginning. Okay. How did I learn? Apparently my mother taught me. I don't remember being taught. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry. But I knew how. And so like, even when I picked up the crochet hook again, like, I could still do a chain. It's not like something you really forget, strangely. So why did I start crocheting? I think I was just looking for something to do. And I had been knitting, but like kind of just halfway knitting.
What hurts your arm?
Well, I'm going to get to that because so I was thinking, and I realized that I had been knitting for a while, like probably since 2015, because my husband used to play guitar for a church, and it was very far away from us. And call time was like 7:30 in the morning. So I would usually drive with him so I wouldn't have to drive. And apparently I remember knitting I'm sitting back there in the green room, just knitting. So that would have been like 2015 or 16, but I never really did anything with it. I just kind of went back and forth and made little baby blankets. It was really something for me to do with my hands while I watched TV, so I wouldn't bite my nails. But I don't think that there was that much connection to it with me. I think I got frustrated a lot. Like, when you drop a stitch and you have to like pull everything off your hooks and put it all back on your hooks. And the projects are really big. I don't know. At some point, I just kind of was like, what am I doing here? And then I was starting to deal with carpal tunnel. And I think there was a lot playing into that, partially possibly knitting, but I think it was actually my workouts. I think holding the dumbbells too tight was really hurting my arm, because after I kind of narrowed that down, I switched to doing.
Oh my gosh, she gave up knitting for that.
But wait, all in Providence, okay? Because then I started doing kettlebell, which I enjoyed a lot more anyway. So kettlebell is like a cast iron ball with like a little handle to it, but the handles are a little bit more narrow and the movements are more fluid. So you're not like grabbing and lifting. It's kind of like you're kind of flinging. Anyway, I was able to work out without hurting my arms. And then kind of just when I let it rest, everything went back to normal for my arms. But why did I pick up crocheting? I don't really remember. Even though it was only like back in March, I ordered a little kit off Amazon with like all of the needles and really crappy acrylic yarn that I hated. And then immediately you gave me a new basket of yarn. And it was kind of splitty, but it worked. And I just kind of made some granny squares to kind of get used to crocheting. And then I think I just really wanted a Woobles, but I was too cheap to buy it. So my husband bought it for me. And then that was
So explain what a Woobles is, because I literally had never heard of Woobles.
Okay.
And when she told me how much these things were,
okay.
I gasped, but she's going to explain why. So you think this is a good way for people to learn to crochet?
Absolutely, yes.
And tell us why.
I have a lot to say about this. A lot. Okay.
So Woobles are not paying for this.
No, they are not. So this is a miniature Wooble. The big ones are bigger, and I have some that I've already made. So they come in these little baggy kits.
So Woobles is a brand.
Yes, and they were actually on Shark Tank.
Is that so?
Yes, they were. I discovered that. So
And I've seen commercials like on TV for it. Yeah, I've
you can get them at Barnes and Noble. I think you can get them at Walmart. You can get them here, there, and other places. But I've not seen them at Michael's, and I've not seen them at Hobby Lobby, probably because they're trying to sell their own stuff. But yeah, I think they should definitely be selling them. But yeah, Barnes and Noble, we go to the bookstore a lot.
So let's open a Wooble. What comes in a Wooble?
Well, this is a miniature. This is technically an accessory, so it's not going to include all that a full-size kit includes. But I can't open this one because I don't have a scissors though.
I've got like 50 of them. Hold on. I'm in my craft room. Hold on. Getting a scissors.
Oh, wait. Crocheting journey started again when I felt a stroke of inspiration, I guess. And I ordered an Amazon kit that came with pretty much every size hook. And it came with some junky garbage acrylic. Now, I'm not saying that all acrylic is garbage, because that's like what most people crochet with. But this acrylic was really just, it was not enjoyable. And it was really, really small balls.
Felt bad in your hands.
It felt bad and it split. And then you gave me some more acrylic, which
it is junky yarn.
Also split.
Regardless. I've had wool split and I had to throw it away.
Wow.
Seriously.
So I wanted to do the Woobles, but they were expensive. But then my husband bought me one, I think for my birthday, because I was probably getting tired of doing granny squares with no mission. Like I was just practicing. I was just practicing.
Granny squares.
Just doing the
no
motions.
name, no mission.
I got a Wooble, and then I got another Wooble. And then my mother-in-law bought me a whole bunch of Woobles for my birthday. And then she bought me these miniature Woobles for Mother's Day. And it was like,
okay, so Wooble is a
to
brand.
Confess, when I cut this open, I cut my yarn. But it's okay. I have extra, so I won't need it for this project. Look, I don't think you're going to be able to zoom in, but I literally cut my...
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
You did not.
So, yeah.
Oh, you have
there
enough.
you
I have
go.
enough.
That's if you get any Woobles, don't cut the package.
Or was this coincidence? We'll find out if there's a tiny piece of orange down in there.
So the Woobles do what for you? Why do you love these kits so much?
Well, I have a lot to say.
Because listen, when she told me she was into these kits and I looked at the price, I was like, but I didn't get the value. So here it is.
And I will explain this. So this is a miniature Wooble. So it's not going to come with everything that a full-size Wooble would, because they're assuming if you're making the accessories, you've already purchased the bigger kit. So
accessories.
It comes with the Woobles yarn.
I actually really like the
and it's
feel
like
of
a
this.
cylinder. It's like a shoelace almost. It's not like it's beginner yarn. So it's
never
really,
split.
You can see your stitches really easily. And then it will come with the stuffing you need.
And if it's a full-size kit, it will come with the clip-on eyeballs. It will come with your stitch markers, and it will come with a size 4mm hook.
Are they always 4?
Yes.
So in each kit, you get a 4?
Yes.
Oh.
Every full-size kit. I actually just gave away a bunch because I had like 4 blue Woobles needles that I didn't need. So when you get your kit, it comes with a code, and you create an account, and all of your patterns are saved on your account. Is there a way for you to show the screen so I can kind of show like with a full-size Wooble what you would receive? Because there's more to it. Okay, so this is my account, and these are all of the Woobles that I have been able to make. So can you go ahead and click on the yellow chicken?
Oh,
so when you open up your tutorial,
can you see? Wait, can you see the video now?
Yes, there's a video with a little chick.
Okay.
Yep. So you could just kind of play this. So every
and the wings
video
and touch
has
them all.
an overview. Can you click the arrow? So each of your full-size Woobles comes with a tutorial, and you can also access a PDF of the pattern, the print. But each one of these has your videos, and it starts you from the beginning, like how to put the knot around your hook, how to do a chain, how to do a single crochet, how to count your stitches, where to put your stitch mark. Like each stitch makes like a V, and so that's how you can count, and it shows you how to do increases, decreases. It just and how to flip your work so that the right side is now showing. And
it's like going to a class.
It's literally you're going to a class. That's and so nice. By the time I was done with 2 Woobles, I knew how to read a pattern. That's and since they're all pretty much circles, everything's kind of made with the same base, like the same foundation. Right. And so for me, I have yes, $30. You could go get so much yarn and all your own stuffing and a whole pack of eyeballs and blah, 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 buy some patterns, whatever. But think about when you first started crocheting or knitting.
We didn't even have YouTube.
Okay. I mean, imagine if you decided to learn how to paint and you went to Hobby Lobby or whatever, and you go down the paint aisle. Well, do you want acrylic? Do you want watercolor? Do you want whatever oils? And then what canvas do you buy? What brushes? What size brushes? Do you want horsehair brushes? Do you want this brush? I mean, you would have no idea, right?
It's overwhelming.
And that's how it feels. And then so what happens is you either buy low quality things and then you give up because your tools are bad, or you just get so overwhelmed by where to begin and how to begin that you just give up. So when you buy a Woobles, you get a kit with beginner friendly yarn. It gives you the hook. It gives you all the instructions. And you don't even realize how much you're learning until you finish it. And you have a chicken.
That's so cute.
And what I have found is almost every pattern I've made has come with enough yarn to make 2.
Okay.
So I made him probably from the leftover from the penguin. So I've actually been meaning to give you a little chicken because you have so many. But this is my favorite one.
These are fun toys. They're
Oh, that is darling.
Children, baby showers. And then it also tells you, like, if you're making these for a baby or an animal, to embroider the eyes and don't use the eyes. I don't see how these could possibly come off, to be honest. I mean, they're like a zip tie. You know, once you put them on, you can't pull them off. But just to be safe, you can embroider the eyes. But I mean, he's my favorite. I think out of all of them,
that's darling.
So
he's a fox.
I just feel like say you want your child to learn to crochet or you want to learn to crochet, I think this is a really great place because yes, granny squares are easy to learn, but if you are beginning or like you're ADD and you don't want to make 45 granny squares to just sit in a closet for a year until you figure out what to do with them, it's just not a good place to start, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You create something by the time you're done with it. And then you can either keep it for yourself and put it on a shelf or give it away. But it doesn't feel so aimless. Like you're done and you've got this cute little fox. And he's like my favorite.
You know, that is a great gift idea for the holidays coming up because I learned to crochet at 7 and 8 years old. And so a 7 or 8 year old getting a Wooble
like this
kit,
chicken,
everything would be in there that they
everything
needed
would
to
be in
make
there. And the lessons, which they might be able to follow better than you trying to lean over them and do the hooks, and it becomes a little overwhelming. And let me tell you what.
Can I insert something here? You were talking about the yarn and this tubular yarn, and I don't know if it is. It's like she said, it's like a tubular
It
silky.
is, and it doesn't.
Here's why this is good for new crocheters. You will never stab between the fiber. You can't. You can
Look.
only go in the space.
You see those stitches?
Where the hook
Yeah.
should go. So the guiding of the hook is really quite perfection. This is a very smart thing. And I do think you can buy this fiber. I have seen it. This is the way, if you don't want to do a wooble, to teach somebody. This is great.
And alternatively, if you have
Oh, did
done
you
a
find
couple-
some?
I did. If you had done some woobles and you want to recreate your chickens and your
because
foxes
you
to
have the
gift
pattern
them,
now, right?
because maybe you go to a church where 10 babies a year are being born and you need a way to keep up with all these crib showers.
Like Susie.
You
Oh,
can go to Hobby Lobby. This was $3.50.
Oh,
They
my
had beginner. It's called the
gracious.
Beginner B, and they had almost every single color. And it's, as far as I can tell, the exact same thing. And so I bought this so I could make a little dinosaur wooble for my son.
Oh, it is.
Aw.
It's the
It's
same
awesome.
stuff.
It's awesome.
the same. It's
Yeah.
that tubular. It is actually, it's called beginner yarn.
Beginner
well,
B,
there
yeah.
you go.
So it's called beginner's yarn. Which
Beginner
when I
yarn.
saw it made a lot of sense.
You know what's so awesome about this, Sarah, is because I found that when I taught knitting at Hobby Lobby years ago, I found that my students that came in that knew how to crochet didn't know how to knit, and vice versa. And most often, the people that wanted to learn how to knit already knew how to crochet. But if we have knitters that don't know how to crochet and they want an easy way to start learning, this is great for people that are very accomplished knitters but don't know how to crochet.
And
You
again,
know,
like,
and there is the world of crochet
And it's very washable.
is wonderful.
I like this
You
yarn,
know, it's a
actually.
wonderful world. Both worlds are wonderful, knitting and crocheting.
Both
But this is
therapeutic.
awesome. It's like this is a way to help knitters like understand the stitches of crocheting and following pattern and getting all the supplies at one time. So this is an awesome little kit to get.
And the quality of the materials, to me, like, could you find a cheaper kit? Yes, but would it come with the videos and would it come with this
That's the
quality
teaching.
tools?
You're paying for that.
It wouldn't. And like, I mean, I bought a kit from a place and I thought, oh, I could do this. And upon unpackaging it, the yarn got literally so tangled. I spent over an hour trying and I just gave up and I returned it because I was like, I can't even get the yarn.
I remember.
I was so angry. I'm like, what?
I was like, I like knotting things. I said, no, take
No.
it back. It was so bad. It was
So the it's just, yeah, it's really great. If you are an experienced crocheter, you would be very bored. Maybe not. Maybe you need an easy project that you don't really have to like look at the pattern much. But if you're just beginning and you want like some foundations, because again, the round, once you know how to make a circle, you can also make an oval. And once you know how to make a wing, you can also make a tail and an ear because it's all the same.
the
It's
fox.
just, I know he's my favorite.
he is so cute. Look at
It's the same thing. And I actually meant to bring it, but I was driving home from the beach and I used pieces of the pattern to create my own little robin, my little robin bird, which my children said the eyeballs looked a little scary, but I did my best. And but yeah, I was able to use the lessons I had used to make a little circle and then to do a little chest and to make little wings. And I thought he turned out really cute. He's
I
in my
love
kitchen.
the idea for a gift because again, it takes all the guesswork and choices of tools and yarn out.
Yeah.
Then you get tutorials, which are huge. I
Huge.
mean, it's the big thing, and you will have success. And that's the whole thing is people, like you said, will give up if they're frustrated and they can't complete the project. And these are small, so you have real instant gratification, which I still like, which is why I'm trying not to knit with fingering yarn anymore.
A confused mind says no.
Says no.
If you're
Yeah, that's
right.
confused, you
True.
say
It's
no.
so
I'm not
true.
doing that.
Mhm.
And so, like I said, if you're experienced, maybe you want something more challenging, but maybe not. Like I did a Harry Potter Hufflepuff badger, and he was really tricky. He was the hardest one I did.
It was
And,
a wooble?
It was a wooble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they've teamed up and branded with really fun things. They have a whole Lord of the Rings kit, which I really want, but it's like $200.
Oh,
But it comes with all the little characters, little Frodo and his little sword, and it glows in the dark because his sword glows. Anyway, and but I'm not going to spend $200, even if I could crochet a little Gandalf. But they have the Harry Potter ones. They have all sorts of brands that I'm not like super into, but they do different things, and they do an Advent box, which I'm like kind of tempted to because I saw another YouTuber do the last year 2024
that
Advent.
sounds like fun. You would love that.
Yeah, she ended up with I think 6 full-size Woobles and several hooks and other little like yarns and random things. So you figure, I think the kit for the Advent last year was like $140 or something. But if you're thinking they're $30 a Wooble and you're getting 6 of them, you're actually coming out real good. Maybe it was 4. I don't know. But to me, it seemed like a good deal because I don't think they're all good deals. And I wouldn't want to do a whole Advent of just the little ones. So I was pleased to see that at least last year's came with full size and minis. So maybe it was like 6 creations total. Right. And I think it was only a 14-day. I don't think it was a 24-day.
So we can see the wisdom of this type of yarn as beginner yarn. What do you think of the hook?
I thought the hook was fine until you told me it wasn't. So
well, wait. No. I didn't say that.
She said it's not very pointy,
well,
and I said, well, I needed a pointier.
For this yarn, it actually is perfect.
It was perfect.
Because...
And I'll show you. I actually brought a couple to compare. I thought it was fine. To be honest, it wasn't very different than my Amazon brand one. But if you buy...
Is it a Wooble brand hook?
Yes, it's the Woobles brand. And when you buy a licensed, like my Harry Potter Wooble came with a special Harry Potter hook. Okay. So you do get variations of the hooks, the Christmas Advent included Christmas hooks, but they are all the same size. So you kind of end up with like a big stack of 4mm hooks, which is fine if you're into collecting things.
So tell us your take. Now, what I did say was for crocheting in general, a pointy hook is easiest for normal crocheting with other fiber, maybe not that yarn. A pointy hook and a very deep hook is a good idea. So
and when we're talking about pointy, we're talking about the head of
the head
crochet.
Right. I brought a couple to compare.
So she said, well, I heard that what brand changed people's lives?
This is okay. So I kept seeing people talk about Clover Amour. So I bought one. And then I also bought the Susan Bates. So I'm going to actually just hold all
This was my
3 of these up.
recommendation.
Yeah. So what makes you could kind of see on the Susan Bates is called an inline hook. And so it has like this sharp, so you can grab, I guess, various types of yarn. But some, I would say the yarn is already very grabby, like maybe like, I don't know, cotton, maybe, I don't know. When I used it, I was just kind of like, man.
And this hook may not be good for that yarn.
Or maybe just whatever. Yeah. So then this is the Clover Amour compared to the Wooble. So pretty much it's a little more narrower, but in general, the same shape, but it's kind of more like non-stick, whereas this is more like stainless steel. So it definitely was, I felt like a bit smoother. And I would say if I had to choose, I'd probably pick this one. But when I started my blanket for my husband, I had to get an 8mm and I tried the Susan Bates and it's been fine. So I'm like, I don't know that any of them were really life-changing. But
now, Sarah, did they tell you how to hold that crochet hook? Or did you already have a way that you held the crochet hook?
How do you hold it?
Yes to both, but
how do you hold
you hold it like a pencil or a
like
shovel? Shovel. Okay.
A shoveler.
Now, see, that's the thing. I hold it.
I'm a pencil holder. And the reason why I love doing the pencil is because when you hold, a lot of times when you go into a stitch, you need to pull. So I'm able to hold the project with these hands. And when you're holding that needle this way, you don't hold your project. And it gives some resistance to take and hold and pull, especially if you're working with cotton. Sometimes cotton, and I'm working with cotton right now, but pulling through and having your fingers on this to give some resistance. When you're holding like this, you're not holding this at all, so you're having to pull and create the resistance over here.
It's true, and then this is the hand that hurts when I'm crocheting.
It hurts.
Pinching
and so
hard.
If you hold it like a pencil, then you're holding both sides of your project,
so
and you're creating and you're creating resistance to pull through the loops.
Maybe
The
I'll have
other
to try
thing-
and see if I can change my
The
ways.
other thing for knitters that throw, when you crochet, another way to crochet is to hold the yarn and you flip over and pull through. You're actually holding the yarn in the right hand. So there's different ways to do it.
Oh,
is
yeah.
what I'm trying to get
Well,
across.
And the thing about this, so if you are going to hold it, what I call shovel and pencil, you want a bigger thing, a bigger handle, because so you're not
shovel.
and hurting your hand so much. However, holding a big fat pencil, as you know, is difficult.
It's bad.
So what
I
this
can't
does-
handle.
What
As
this
a pencil,
does,
I need a small one.
well, and what this does is it just takes a very tiny hook, like I was using an E for my blue crochet top, and it took it to a normal pencil width. We took a picture, and you can see how much wider that is, and some of them are even wider. But again, it just depends how you hold it, what's going to feel good in your hand. It's like knitting needles. You're going to have a lot of different hooks from a lot of different brands, and you're going to have a lot of different needs. I mean, if you're crocheting with fingering,
Yeah, I crochet like this.
and if you're
And then I
crocheting,
use my finger to
oh, okay,
kind of guide my hook in.
yep,
So I'm kind of doing this move.
oh yeah. So I mean,
I had to think about
you
that.
just have to have them all.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need them all.
I think I get the hype on the clover because, like I said, it's kind of like non-stick, and
Okay.
it definitely kind of.
How is it different than that though?
I mean, it's just a little. Honestly, just a little. It's not.
It's a little longer, a hair longer,
And the head is
It's
more. It
pointier.
is more pointed.
and it's got a better
So you
crook.
see, yeah.
Everything's backwards. It's got
It's
a
all-
better,
it's all good.
yeah. Okay, grab
So,
a little better.
I mean, I like them both. They're fine.
So what other? I see you've got.
Okay.
Okay, life changing. Now, you guys, we told you she doesn't watch our episodes.
Well,
she didn't see.
flipped
No.
through.
I'm just saying. So she didn't see Susie's recommendation. So she discovered the blocking board, and I said, "You've got
No,
to get
I knew about a blocking board. I knew I needed one. I just hadn't made
right."
enough
But you
granny
didn't know
squares to
Susie
wear.
talked about that.
Oh no, I probably not.
Show the blocking board. Oh,
I made a stack of granny squares with some of the yarn you gave me, and I really kind of like these colors. Originally, I was going to do a drawstring backpack, but I decided to gift this project away because I kind of have all the bags I really need. And
no. I'm not saying don't gift it. You never have too many bags.
No, of
You
course
need
not.
project bags.
Fine. Well, this was the drawstring backpack. I was like, oh, this would be cute. But then, as I kind of played with these colors, I thought they would be really great for my friend, and I'm going to give it to her for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday's in March, and she pre-ordered me a book that's coming out in 2 weeks. So I'm going to give her birthday present super early since she gave me mine super late. But I was like, I'm going to make a drawstring. But then she said that she was more of a tote gal herself. So then I'm flipping through the good old YouTube, and I see this reel.
So smart.
It's so genius. Of this woman saying, oh, you can line your bags with a canvas tote as your liner instead of making some fabric liner that's just going to be all over the place and make these, stretchy. I mean, I just think about the crochet straps, how they must get so stretched out. And I was like, yes, I'm going to put my granny squares
so you're gonna
together.
keep the strap?
Yes, and I'm just going to drop it in there. I'll stitch it around. I actually watched one lady do it, and she just kind of crocheted around the strap so that you can never take it off.
And how much was this?
$1.99.
I mean, your time of trying to sew a lining is just
and this will be so much sturdier.
I love
you can
that.
actually put something in it. I've seen people do
And then there's
pillowcases and
all
all
those
sorts of stuff.
free
but this-
nylon totes we get everywhere. You're not going to see
everywhere.
them.
I know.
So,
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great.
and I
So
literally sat, and she's like, "How do I do this?" And I sat and did a diagram of the steps of how to
So I have a purpose
Crochet
for my granny
insert.
squares, and that kept me going. And I basically made like all the pink circles, and then I did all the purple petals, and then all of the green borders. So that way I only had to carry one yarn with me at a time. So then I had the idea, because I saw these at Hobby Lobby, and was like, ooh, I can kind of make a whole little zipper bag. And just
that's a great idea.
99 cents. And so I bought,
Yeah.
I love it.
so my husband said, okay, I went to Hobby Lobby to buy a $2 tote bag, and I spent $124 because my husband said, treat yourself. And I know the ladies in the comments say,
That is dangerous.
go to the yarn store, I wouldn't say no. So I went for it anyways.
Good.
And I bought some, what I'm going to call normal people yarn, because merino wool isn't for everything. Sometimes you just need some cotton and acrylic, and you can go to any store and buy it. So I want to show you some of my yarn that I bought and kind of tell you what I want to do with it, because isn't that why we're here?
Definitely beginner. I mean, you do not want to spend $30 on a skein of yarn to learn to crochet. You don't want to do that.
I had to get this too. I'm going to put this, because I think this is, hold on, is this my acrylic or is this my cotton? Okay, this is my acrylic, and I'm going to put this, I don't remember. I just bought it because it's sparkly.
Look at it. It's sparkly. She did like that sparkly yarn at the yarn.
So I think I'm going to put this on the little zipper bag for my daughter, because I think she would get a kick out of the sparkles, and I'm getting a kick out of sparkles, and there's that. And then I bought, this is a cotton sparkle, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Show it what it is.
Yes, it's Yarn Bee.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this will go in the bag. I don't
know.
Now,
just know this one thing, dear, is that's very small, and you're only going to see one color. But just so you know,
we'll see.
Pick your color.
We'll see how it
pick your color. Yeah.
Then, because I do want to make
Love
a
the
reversible
sparkles.
beanie, let me show you. Should I show you the yarn I got at the Yarn Fest?
So yes, you bought it from
Swan City, from the gentleman and his wife, the one who showed us the reversible hat. So this is called Santa's Acid Trip. It's supposed to be a Christmas, and it's like the brightest colors. And I
love that.
I love it so much. And then with the idea of doing it reversible, or at least a flip up at some rate, I got this called Stargazer.
And it's beautiful.
I guided her to do a DK so that it wouldn't take her so long. There's your thumbnail.
But to practice, I got some yarn for my husband. I forget what this is called, but to me it looks like pawpaw chair. And my husband loves pawpaw chairs. And like, I mean, look at this. Everybody watching 70s. This at some point had this either in their house, or their grandparent still has it in their house. And I love it. I love it. And so I know. I got an olive green, so I'm gonna try to make him some sort of reversible beanie.
They even have appliances in these colors again
to match it. I love them. I think they're great. Like
earthy.
It is. They're earthy, and they just kind of they're very soothing. I think because they're earthy.
Remember back when everybody had gold and green appliances in their kitchen?
They're back.
That was what
yes.
Really?
I mean, you have to special order them, but yes, they're back.
And then I got this along with an accompanying pink. This is another Yarn Bee from, this is like the Hobby Lobby brand. And I just really like those soft colors. And
what did you think about the minimal yarn, though? They used to have 3 aisles.
Okay, now it is more than I remembered. It is a full aisle and a half. It's an aisle and a half.
I think they're just finding, they have to find another place to get them.
It's possible they just didn't have enough.
Start getting them from India.
What else did I bring? Oh, okay. So my husband has been begging me for a blanket because found another chicken. I mean, I like chicken.
Another Wooble.
My husband's been begging me for a blanket. Okay, so talk about yarn chicken and playing chicken with your yarn. A couple of years ago, I set out on making him a blanket, a very big blanket. It was fitting to be like queen or king size blanket. And I made it very wide. And I got it about this long, and I ran out of yarn, which was fine, except the yarn was discontinued. And it wasn't a solid color.
It's a shawl, a very thick shawl.
It was a color changing blue and black.
Very pretty.
Well, I spent so much time on this.
Colors.
Okay. Yeah, it was, like Carolina Panthers colors. Well, then my children, because they're still very young, they decided to use it as a river. It was always a water piece. So it just became the river blanket. And they would lay it out, and they're like, this is our water, because it was so blue. And I was like, you know what? That's great. So fast forward, what was this, 2 years, maybe even 3 years later, I get a minivan. And I only have 2 children, but the front seat has a removable seat that you could take out, but I leave it in there because it's got the cup holder. And anyways, I don't want the leather to be destroyed by their car seats and whatnot. So I got the river blanket and I laid it across and it covers the seat perfectly. And I'm like, you know what? It was Yarn Chicken that really worked out for me because it's taken on many roles over the years. And now it's like kind of special. It's like, oh, the fail blanket is now, it has a purpose. So anyways,
funny.
I bought him some yarn. I only bought like one of each color because I didn't know how much I needed and I was already buying other stuff, but it's fine. So these are the 3 colors that I'm making his blanket.
It's like that chenille. It's so cozy.
Yeah, I mean it's polyester, but it's very cozy feeling.
Oh yeah, it's very soft.
And
it's like a cozy.
Many moons ago, he had picked out at Hobby Lobby the same brand. It was like a color changing of these 3 colors, but they didn't have enough. So I just bought the 3 individual colors. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I found this pattern because Google's my friend. And I just Google, size 6 yarn blanket project, right? So and basically I chained 28, 29, and I went into the second stitch, did a single crochet with a chain. And then I skip and I do a single crochet and a chain, and I skip and I skip and I skip and I skip. And then I go into the chain space and I do the same thing. And so it makes like this really cool pattern, but it's super easy. You don't have to count anything. You can absolutely do it while you're watching TV. Or in my case, I've been working so feverishly because I decided to take on a 900-page book in anticipation of its sequel coming out in 2 weeks.
I just noticed so many
And I've been
books.
listening, and I'm just like tearing through my audiobook, making these bad boys. So
I
I'm
love
really
it.
excited about that.
Rearrange my
So
chair here.
hopefully I'll, have like a
Excuse me.
redemptive moment, and I'll be able to make him a blanket. And I think I'm going to use that color changing to connect them and then do the border because that'd be kind of
That would be really pretty.
I
Did
also-
you see
yeah.
that video I sent you on how to connect the squares with that pretty single crochet thing?
No.
I shared it from Pinterest, I think. So,
I think I have to sneeze.
oh no.
Okay, I passed. So I think this is, I have 2 other things to show actually, because
Oh, what is this?
Okay,
What is
so this, because I'm sick.
This.
I'll get there.
Oh,
Your
oh.
girl. So this was a failed one. I'm going to try this again. I found this pattern for a headscarf where you basically, you start at this corner here and you add on. And then when you reach a certain point, you
just
go down and add on again, basically. So what the design does is if you wear like a handkerchief, it tends to corner out at the side. And this is supposed to like lay flat, especially if you don't have a lot of hair. I didn't really do it quite right, but I was thinking like ponytails are always ripping your hair out. And sometimes those claw clips, they get really uncomfortable. So it was like a nice
you don't
way.
want this right here.
I
right?
don't want,
You don't want. Wait a minute.
yeah, you don't want it to be
You don't
poofy.
want
so
this.
I messed something
the little
up.
horns.
Yeah, I don't want the horns.
Mhm,
But the lady, modeling it, she looked really good. And then I didn't double crochet the strap. So it just all together, I didn't like it. And I had made another one out of cotton, not realizing how heavy it was going to be. So I put it on, it just goes,
Oh yeah, cotton's heavy. That's why they're such great blankets.
but not headscarves.
Right.
So this was a failed project.
You need
and
some really thin.
I'm going to try
fingering.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And what is this?
This
I'm so
is a
intrigued.
book sleeve. Is that not the coolest yarn though? And I use exactly one ball of it. So I thought it was acrylic, but like feel it. It feels like really thick. I don't know. I don't know what kind of yarn it is.
Well,
I
that's
think
your
it's
stitch.
acrylic. I think
it's your stitch.
it's
that
just a
made
single
it real
crochet.
thick. That's why it feels so
well,
thick.
it
There's not a
feels-
lot of
So
space
it's a book
between.
sleeve. So when you're reading your book, this is I haven't actually read it yet, but I'm excited because I've been on hold at the library for like 2 months. It's called Teaching from Rest by Sarah McKenzie. Anyway,
Is
so
it about homeschooling?
it is.
Oh.
And she's got lots of forewords and
neat.
references to people that I know. Actually, funny enough, in her introduction, and feel free to edit this out, she thanks watching a YouTube video of Andrew Kern. Do you know who Andrew Kern is?
No.
David Kern from Goldberry's dad. So yeah, he runs the Circe Institute. And after I put all this together, which is the something of classical education.
Is
for my
she
stomach
from
to
this
swallow.
area?
Shh.
How does she know his dad?
Because his dad started basically this whole thing about teaching classical educators. His dad's
now
written
he
books,
owns a bookstore.
and
There
his
you
son
go.
owns a bookstore and everything. He's friends with the people who help write the curriculum I'm using. Yeah, it's a really small world. Anyway, you can edit all that out. So, I've got this book sleeve with the coolest groovy. I just love this yarn. Like, I want to go back and buy more and just find more projects to make with it because I absolutely loved it. Loved it.
That's
anyway, so you
awesome.
could just put your book that you're reading in there. I've made some like sewing. So you could custom. Basically, you just make a chain, however wide you don't want the book to be. Then you make it, and then you add, you increase on each corner, and then you just
Easy peasy.
I found this. I don't know where I found this. I thought it was your girl, Elise, but I don't think it was her. It was somebody else. I have no idea how I found this pattern, but it was a genius idea because I'm always carrying books. I think that's
So, Susie, what are you working on over there? She's feverishly crocheting. I see her.
Last episode I had shown from Pearl Soho the knitted pot holders, and
Right.
I have
They're very cool.
last week crocheted pot holders.
Oh,
And that looks like they go fast.
They do go fast. They're
gifts.
wonderful. And this is kind of a Susie version of a pot holder.
does it?
I may write it up, and we
Kinda
might
like to put down. For,
we
Okay, so
might
they're
give
not
it
correct.
away or something. But this is a Susie version. I loved the seam on
there it
the
is.
Pearl Soho, and so these had the seam down the front, and then added a little
Love
the
that.
little pot. And these, would be pretty to hang like by the stove. They're decorative, and they're made out of cotton, and they go fast. I mean, I've been sitting here while we've been talking, and
love
I've got
that.
this much of one done.
Oh, so are they like
they're
2 layers?
Tubes. They're tubular.
There's two layers, and then once you get it squared, then you lay it this way. So what's going to happen is, as I'm crocheting in the round, the middle meets, and then I seamed it together to create that big seam, and then I also, without having to break the yarn, I also created the little tag to hang at the top too. And so they're
Nice.
quick. They're quick, and so while I've been sitting here, this is what I've been working on.
I love
Oh,
that.
wow.
I love that.
This is great comfort crocheting.
That's
I
so
love all the cool things you
awesome.
can make with crocheting. I mean, like,
Yeah.
not that you can't knit them, which I'm really proud of myself for saying crocheting and not knitting, because my children didn't know what crochet was, and they've been calling my crochet knitting for several months now. So I'm always like, oh, I'm going to go knit. I mean, crochet. So it's always so funny.
Same doll,
Like when you
different dress,
switch
right?
projects, all of a sudden you can't seem to get your words out. But anyway.
And you know what I find? You know what I find when I'm out knitting? Because I knit everywhere. If I could knit in church without it being bad, I would knit in church.
I know
mean,
every week
would.
I wonder if I'm
would.
allowed to crochet during church.
Did you know that I heard of a church that they literally kept in the, because they did like prayer shawls, but there was a simple pattern. All the knitters knew what they were. And they kept these prayer shawls in the narthex of the church in individual little baskets. And all of the people that knitted would pick up a basket, and during service, they would knit on
Like
the
a
prayer
community
shawl.
knit.
Yeah, and when they finished, at the end of service, they would put their basket back in the narthex, and these knitters would pick up the basket, and during church, they would knit on the prayer shawls. And people that don't knit or crochet, they don't understand how that literally we listen better when we have yarn and knit. We listen better.
So true.
And if I'm at a conference and I'm having to sit there and stare and listen, I am miserable. I am miserable. I want to get up. I want to leave. I want. It's like,
I gotta go pace. I need a sip of water. We gotta go do something.
Your brain's doing everything.
I am so at rest when I
And
can.
so when I have and like if a person is, and my husband knows that, he knows that when I am knitting or crocheting, I am listening. I am listening.
With the
when
exception
I'm
of
just
counting out your
sitting
first
there-
row.
When I'm sitting there and I'm staring, my brain is not there. My brain is in a
right.
1,000 different places. But
Susie,
if I
I love
am
that you said
knitting or
that.
crocheting,
It's an
yeah,
anchor.
Literally
Yes,
yesterday, 'cause
it
today's
is.
Monday. Yesterday, I was sitting in church thinking, I really wish. I actually had my crochet in the basket because I got there early and I just never know when I'm going to have some free time. And I'm sitting there looking, thinking, would it be rude? Would people be looking at me? Would they be wondering what I'm doing? And I am a pastor's wife, so I can't be setting a bad example.
I know.
You said conference. So when I started back in March, we actually.
And I'm a pastor's wife too.
I know.
But you
and
know what I want to say? You know what I want to say? My husband's a pastor and he said it is okay. I am not bothering him and I'm not bothering anybody else. And
I don't think
he
I would.
said it was okay if I
feel like
did
you'd
that.
open the floodgates if you did that. Like every week,
Can
new
you
people would come
imagine
in.
all these people sitting out there knitting and crocheting while the sermon's being preached.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'm with you. Like
The
I
Bible says we
literally.
should be knit together.
What is that in Colossians? What is it?
It's our
in
It sounds very
Colossians?
Colossians-y.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
It is.
it does. We
Oh,
are
my
knit together
goodness.
with love.
With
I
brotherly
know.
affection, isn't it? Anyway,
Well-
I was crocheting at a conference, at a pastor's conference. Me and my husband went, and it was a great conference, and I was just, feverishly working. And of course, at the end, somebody asked, "What are you crocheting?" I crochet too. And
Make
I'm like,
a friend immediately.
I'm just learning, and I mean, but it is such a like just doing it in public or talking about knitting in public.
Yeah.
It's such an icebreaker, and it's just people see you. It's kind of like if you're reading a really popular book or something, but when you're crocheting, people don't feel so bad interrupting you and being like, what are you making?
Well, and I spun a spider web because back when I was talking about when I taught knitting at Hobby Lobby, that whole story was to tell this thought that when I am knitting in public, people come up to me and this is the line that I hear, "Oh, I crochet too," not I knit. They say, "Oh, I crochet too," and I'll say, "Well,
more crocheters.
This is knitting because I've got two needles. Crocheting is the hook." And so the crocheters come up and say, "Oh, I crochet too." It is rare when I'm public knitting that I have somebody to come up and say, "Oh, I knit too," which makes me believe that there are more crocheters in the world than there are knitters.
I think there are.
I think it's
think there
easier.
are.
I think it's
It's
easier
easier.
to fix your projects because you're usually doing a pattern,
the
right?
gateway,
Like 3
yeah.
single, chain 2, 3 single, chain 2, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so when you mess up, you're just pulling out.
You
three
just pull a
chains.
little bit and you redo it.
It's very easy to see where you're going and what you're doing. Is very, I found most
But
projects.
if you mess up in knitting, it's like when
It's
we all used to wear
horrible.
hose. You've got a run that goes all the way down. And if you don't know how to fix it, you're pulling the whole project out because you've got to learn how to go in to fix
Yeah.
the run that are in the pantyhose.
I know.
And that's intimidating, and maybe
And
the
that
two
is
hooks kind of freaks
intimidating.
people out.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I've never really thought about what's more popular because, to be honest, I don't see it a whole lot. Remember, there used to be that group at that Starbucks, and there is a bookstore near me that has yarn, and people are usually knitting in there. But I feel like there is a resurgence, especially with people in their 30s.
there are.
Well, because a couple of things happened. One, you had everybody my age getting out of college, being totally broke, having no idea what to do, and then working tons of jobs and
there was-
all these side hustles. And then,
COVID.
like everyone tried to turn their hobbies into side hustles, which I actually think is really, I don't want to say toxic, but it is dangerous because it starts to take some of the fun out of what you're
Oh,
doing.
yeah. Oh,
because
yeah.
now instead of thinking of it as a
Definitely.
relaxing hobby, well, now I got to go get this thing
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
And that pretty much the whole thing happened with Instagram. Now everyone's an influencer, and Instagram isn't to be fun anymore. It's just to try to get more likes. And I'm like, this is not. I don't want Instagram as a second part-time job.
Yeah.
So now I've seen a lot of people my age on the Instagram making Instagram literally just for their hobbies. Like now they're kind of realizing I need to step back. I can't have 14 jobs and never see my friends. Like I need to do something therapeutic because now everyone's wound so tight from working in their jobs. I guess I don't know. But it's like
They need to knit or crochet.
yes, knitting, crocheting, puzzles are really in. cross stitching, like all of these little tinkery things that don't require a whole lot of like skill or big tools, right? Like you could just kind of pick them up and figure them out, are totally coming back. Like they're totally back. And now that I'm like in it, I realize that really once you're a crafter and you find a craft that you enjoy and you think that maybe you're kind of good at, I mean, it's off to the races. Like, you don't ever want to stop. You know, I have a friend who paints, and again, I don't think I could do a painting because I very much like, I want to finish my projects fast. All right. I want to finish them today. So like those little things you're doing, like granny squares, I can sit down and do a square. Like I have a start and an end. I feel like painting would be really hard for me because I would never know where to start and where to finish. I'd always want to get a painting done right away, you know?
You know, she knit those leaves. I'll show you mine.
I had the idea, like I could crochet Christmas ornaments from a tree.
Of course.
And garlands. And I feel like crochet is very crafty. Like you can make really intricate, crafty things, and maybe you could do that with knitting.
So, but I don't know. Elise Speed, which
you know, I love her channel.
We actually know her long time associations through church and homeschool and whatnot. But she, of course, you know, she crochets, and then she's got all her little animals and critters. Now she's knitting, and she makes up her own patterns too. So she's doing all of those.
She has an episode about mindless projects because I guess she spent like 15 months on this crazy intricate sweater. And so when she was done, she's like, I want something I don't have to think about. And so she's got a whole video on mindless projects. Most of them are blankets, but I thought that was really cool. Because again, like you count your initial chain and then you just do it until it's done. Because I do think we really need a way to unwind and decompress, but like stay busy, because you can't just lay there to calm down. Like that doesn't calm me down. I need to be tinkering. And now it's just funny because you think about like even watching small children, it's kind of like, why can't you sit still? I'm like, I can't either. I gotta be doing something too. I mean, honestly, like we don't really change that much. We just figure out how to channel our feelings. So I don't know.
Well, speaking of blankets and fall garlands, we have Heather from Nova Scotia. She is a crocheter. She does not knit to my knowledge. And so Heather. she always has beautiful projects. So this first one is her mosaic blanket. And the leaf garland she crocheted is called Little Conkers, and it's a free pattern. So we will put those in the description. So thank you so much for sharing those with us. And I guess to kind of wrap up this episode, we need to kind of talk about our community responses. I want you to know we read every single one of them.
Yes, we do.
So do you.
Since your ranunculus, that video took off. I've just been so excited about the success. So I would like check in and text mom. This is how many views you have. And we
from our yarn circle.
The comments are so wholesome.
Sweet.
They're so wholesome. And
there are people.
I mean,
there are people.
You guys just seem so awesome. So great community. I'm excited to.
It is
great community. Not that I'm like on this podcast all the time, but just to see that there's so. Okay, I just have to say, my husband has been playing guitar for 20 something years. Okay. It was a profession at one point, like I mentioned before. He loves guitar, and he is not always, but often watching gear videos. And if you don't play guitar, listening to people talk about pedals and amps and pickups and bridges. Some channels are like really interesting and fun, and like I love the host and all that. And others, you're just kind of like, this is I don't want to watch this. So now like I'm watching all these crochet videos, and he's like, oh, this is how you felt all this time. You know, all these like people like, look at my yarn, look at patterns. And I'm like, oh, I'm so getting back at you. For the last, how long we've been together?
Do you have a favorite channel?
Well, you know, I haven't watched a lot of long form videos just because I don't have that much time, but I do like to skip through. I do like your girl, Elise. She's got a lot of really fun videos. And then I need to find her because I actually took a screenshot.
Elise, we need to have you on our podcast. We would love that.
TL Yarn Crafts. Her name is Tony.
And she also, most of you might already know her. I think she's a crocheter. I don't think she knits, but she has a book on how to crochet various patterns. And I believe she has her own yarn line, which actually was featured in Elise's.
Get that hair.
Thank you. Featured in Elise actually just recently I did watch this video where she got influencer yarns to see how they were, and they were all great.
I saw that one.
But Tony is real funny, and she'll have her mom on, Mama Gwen, and they are just a hoot.
That's
They
Mama
are
Gwen.
Yes,
Do they have a channel together, or is it
So
just
I think
this
it's
channel?
her. She just brings her mom.
I
on.
got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I've seen
So she's really fun, and
Yeah.
I was watching her videos, and she kept talking about her whips, and like I've only ever heard whips like as cars, you know, like whip. But I'm like, oh, is she calling her projects whips? And then I realized it stood for work in progress. But I just love that she called it a whip. She didn't call it WIP
She's
or
learning the
work in progress. She's
lingo.
like, it's my whip. So
Yeah.
anyway, I really like her channel. She's just got a really fun energy, but her house is like really pretty and calm, and her mom is really funny. They're always singing on their channel. And then for tutorials, there is a woman named Erica.
Oh,
Arndt.
yeah.
She
She's a
seems to
homeschooler.
she is a homeschool mom.
Yep.
And she also seems to do a lot more quilting and sewing than she does knitting and crocheting.
Mhm.
But a couple of
I think
years
she
ago,
started it out with knitting and quilting. And then
Okay.
I think
Well,
she has 2 channels.
she has done some really good tutorial videos a couple
Yeah,
years
she's
ago
good.
that will probably show up if you search like granny square pattern. She's the one who had the pattern or the video on how to do a drawstring bag. So she
Right.
makes really good tutorial videos. That's kind of her thing. But most of it's been quilting, so I've not really like watched a lot. But those are the channels that I have been checking in on
Well, good.
so often.
Well, let's get to the community responses. First of all, let's quick share. Thank you for those who shared the oddest thing in their junk drawer. We had Legos, Sage. I think Maureen was kidding, but maybe not.
Like for burning?
Golf, yes, because she's been having a remodel renovation project that's driving her bonkers. And golf tees. Those were kind of the weirdest things. So, Susie, what is the weirdest thing in your junk drawer? Did you bring it?
Yeah, I did. So I have a fire alarm.
In your junk drawer? How does
In
it
my
fit? Like, close the drawer.
I opened my junk drawer and I thought, oh my Lord, this stuff
How big is
in
your?
my
How
junk-
deep is your drawer?
This is a fire alarm. And then I had seen this advertised somewhere. It's a car scratch and swirl remover. And I've never even opened it. It was in the junk drawer. I don't even know if it works. It might be one of those things that you spent money on and they took your money and you didn't really get a good product. But I've not even tried it, so I don't know.
And where is
then-
your junk drawer? What room?
It's in my kitchen. It's in my kitchen.
Of course.
And then I have these corner things that you put on the corner of carpet, and it sticks to your floor to stop the carpet from
Sliding?
moving. And they really work, but they ended up in my junk drawer. And then, look, I probably didn't even remember I did this. Oh, I know I didn't. But these are my handmade stickers.
Oh, they shouldn't be in your junk drawer. They need to be in
shouldn't
your
be.
yarn drawer.
I
or your
know,
yarn-
but probably what happened is I was like really quick trying to get one on and left them in the kitchen and just threw them in the drawer, you know, to get them out of the way, and forgot that I'd put them in there. So they were in the junk drawer. And then a friend of mine gave this to me for Christmas one year, and
Oh, I
it
got
really is
pliers
a
in my
cute
junk
little,
drawer.
it's really a cute little tool, and it has all the little attachments that come out here. And so that was in the junk drawer. And you're not going to believe this, Linda. Look at this stack.
Why? Why?
These are our mint. These are mints
They
from
don't
our
make those
shopping
anymore.
club.
Do they?
Yes, they do. I love them.
I mean that flavor, that color.
Yeah, they do. It's peppermint.
Spearmint. Oh,
It's peppermint. This is peppermint, and they're my favorite.
Why do you have
I
so
love
many?
everything. I don't know, but I was so thrilled to find
And she kept buying them because she forgot they were in the junk drawer.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know why they were in there. I have no idea. And so I thought, oh, I really did find treasures in there, because I'm thrilled to death to find these, and I was thrilled to death to find these.
Yeah.
And so, hey, and we talked about this our last episode. Our shopping club is awesome. Go to our website, click on there if you want information. But these came from our shopping club, and I love them. And I'm so thrilled that I found 5 of them in my junk drawer.
Oh, that is so crazy.
So my junk drawer, there's a bunch of other things in there I could have shown, but these were the most unusual things that were in the junk drawer. So that's why when my husband says, honey, where is, and I'll say, wait a minute, let me go check the junk drawer.
Oh my gracious. What's your thing?
Well, I feel like I should preface that after I got here, I realized not only do I have a kind of small junk drawer, but I also have a junk box that's in my mudroom up on the shelf. And I didn't think to look there, but I would have found anything from work gloves to pepper spray that I bought and never opened. There's all sorts of stuff. But I found these. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I have no idea.
That's why they're in the junk drawer.
I have 4 of
They
them.
look like curtain rods.
So I
holders.
thought it might go to something with a curtain rod, but I'm like, what if it goes to a toy? What if it goes to something from IKEA? And I don't remember. I don't know. And there's 4 of them, and they all match, and there's no brand
Does
on them.
anyone out there know what this is? Please leave it in the comments.
I don't
Sarah's
typically
mystery.
like if I have
They
stuff
look
from
like a
IKEA.
curtain. They look like a curtain rod
Yeah,
holder.
but
But if they were on the rod, they'd be sticking out to the
I don't know. And
side.
I'm just now I'm afraid to throw them away because I mean, how long do you hold on to random parts before you realize you?
Well, don't throw them away until our viewers give their ideas. Because if you know what this is,
Otherwise, that drawer typically has like Sharpies, tape, other tape, packing
That's
tape,
the thing.
so much
Every
tape.
junk drawer has to have a Scotch tape.
I have tape. I have tape in my
of
junk
course.
Where else are
drawer.
you going to put it?
Well, this
And
I
is
feel like we
super
should call
glue,
them
super
treasure
glue.
troves, not junk
yeah.
drawers.
Trevor troves.
Treasure troves, because that's where
Well,
all the treasures.
I have to say I don't really have a junk drawer, and it's only because my kitchen, I moved back into my house, and so it's fresh. It's kind of like a new build, and so of course when you first move in, you clear all that stuff. But I have this, and it's really odd.
Oh, that's
So-
an ice pick.
Well, it is, but it has, yes, it's not very sharp. I actually have other ones, but what I loved about it is it got the phone number, Broadway 69311. It's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is Wisconsin Ice and Coal Company. And ice cubes and sized ice. And oil burners, stokers, and heating service. Don't you want to buy your ice from your oil company? But that's what they sold. But I also had a bag of these, and they're so junky that I moved the bag and I don't know where they are. These are in Milwaukee. Every intersection has a bowling alley, a bar, a church, and then something else, usually a convenience store. No kidding. If you live there, you know that. So in West Dallas, Wisconsin, where I grew up, beer was king, probably still is somewhat.
I think I gave you this. Well, I can
no,
tell you why in a moment.
Well, anyway, I had
maybe not this one.
So my parents had a bag of them. This is from Miller Brewing Company, which is where her dad worked. This is from Amstel Beer. But anyway, I have a bunch of these. And honestly, this is what you need to open paint cans.
I was going to say, that's what I was going to say. I get them when I get a paint can.
Actually, this
They
side's
give
better
me
because you don't
something-
want to make a hole in it.
They
But I
give
have
you
a
those.
whole bag of them, big ones, small
Okay,
ones.
then
And
this
I
one's
don't
not
know
for
what
me.
I did with the bag. I moved them.
I had purchased one of these many moons ago at a like antique store, and
Oh,
it was
you did
also,
not. I have a bag.
I
of
did,
them.
and I thought it was so interesting because
When I
it
find
had
them.
an address, and then it just said
Old.
Milwaukee Wisp, but there was no zip code.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting. I was like, wow, you didn't even
Before zip codes.
like zip codes were either a thing or needed, and also it was WIS, not WI. So I just and when you showed this, I was like, did I give this to you? But I don't think I did. Not
no,
if you
it
had a
came
whole
out
bag
of
of them.
the
But
bag.
I have one very
A
similar.
lot
to
of them
it from Miller
are
Brewer.
kind of rusty, so I
Install
don't
beer.
really, want them in my my drawer. But
That's
anyway,
fun.
that's my two weird things. The rest is actually probably pretty kitcheny, but again, give me time. I'll get some weird stuff in there. Oh my goodness. Well, all right. Let's see what else. Do we have anything else?
We had Janet.
Oh,
Janet, she came on because we talked about how that, if we don't have our knitting needles or our crochet hooks, that we kind of go through withdrawals. And I said, well, we could use pencils and toothpicks. And she said that she actually had used straws one time to knit with. Because she didn't have her needles, and she used she said
pencils.
Pencils.
Because you saw that comment. You said you would use pencils.
Pencils, and she said that she had actually knit on 2 pencils.
That's what she
Kind
learned.
of genius, to be honest, though. Like, I mean, they would probably
they're
break a lot.
sharp ends.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is so true. And then for all of those who ordered the needles, our deal of the week, I'm not even sure what their status is, if they still have them. But if you ordered them, please leave in the comments what you think about those needles. Were they worth it? What do you think? We need to know. And we want to, let's see, what else?
Care Bear Knitwear. I have been communicating with her. Thank you for watching our channel. And I've gone over and watched yours, and she is in Canada. And
Alberta, I think.
Yes, and you do a beautiful job on your projects, beautiful sweaters that she has knitted. And thanks so much for actually doing a call out to our channel on yours.
Yes.
And thrilled you're
so
watching.
check her out. And I don't know if she knows this. I don't want to embarrass her. This is probably on purpose, but we can't make comments on her videos.
I told her that.
Okay.
I told her that we couldn't make
something
comments.
you have to turn on. I'm not sure. Maybe she's turned it off.
Yeah,
She doesn't want.
she may have had
to
them
get weird
turned
comments.
off and
I don't know.
didn't realize it.
And then, of course, thank you again to Swan City Yarns, where she bought her yarn, and they're out of Lakeland, Florida, where apparently it got the name Swan City. Lakeland did, because
that cool neon.
Long ago the queen or something gave the city swans, and they're still they're still raising them from the original stock. So I want to go there just to see the swans.
Swans are mean, though.
Yeah, I know, but they're pretty. So anyway, thank you so much for being on. And you know what? We are up here in her room. There's a room heater and air conditioner. We have the air conditioner off so it doesn't make noise. Unlike my crazy sliding necklace last week. So sorry, you guys. But we are sweating bullets. We're on the 10th hour of our 8-hour deodorant. So
at one point I'm looking at my neck is like red. I'm like, oh gosh, okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But thank you so much for being on and sharing about crocheting.
Thanks, Sarah. It's been awesome having
I'm gonna keep working. Maybe in a couple months I can come back on and show, I don't know,
your finished blanket.
My finished blanket, I hope.
Get it on
or
there.
maybe a headscarf that actually looks good. Or a hat, because I bought those 2 yarns to practice my beanies before I dig into my expensive.
That's
yarn.
beautiful.
I'm scared. I don't wanna
No, you'll be fine.
but I have to find a good pattern. So if anyone has a good,
I thought you were gonna make the muscle burl.
I can't find a crochet pattern for the muscle burl.
Oh, I thought you were gonna learn to knit though.
That just seems like a whole other thing. I don't know. We'll see. But
Okay,
if you guys
there you
have
go. If you
good
guys
pattern
have
for like a reversible hat, or that was like a tube, right? And it was basically a tube hat.
I'm sure there is one, and I'm
Hook
sure
me up.
if anyone, Heather's gonna know where to find one, because she is a master crocheter. So, but if you guys know where there's a crochet pattern, send it
Share
our
your
way.
favorite.
She will make it. So anyway, well, with that, we're gonna say goodbye till next time. So thank you for joining us, and happy knitting and crocheting.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.